Hey guys, Mikey here. Um, I've been making a list of the tobaccos I've tried. I'm going to do a video kind of chronicling my journey so far in the world of tobaccos. And while I was putting that list together, I came to a realization. I've only tried a couple of mint flavored dips. Um, I don't know why. I like mint. The ones I've tried, I love. I've already emptied a can. I've tried Stoker's and I've tried Copenhagen mint. Very similar in flavor. It's hard to pick which one I like better because they're both really good mints. Um, I finished up the can of Stoker's mint. I tried that one before I started making these videos. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll revisit that someday. I don't know. I'm mainly doing these videos to get my very first impressions on a tobacco, the first time I've tried one. I was kind of wishing I would have done this when I was smoking cigars. But back in the day when I started smoking cigars, I don't think YouTube was around yet. It hadn't been quite been invented when I started enjoying premium cigars. That being said, today I have Longhorn. Longhorn Long Cut Mint. This is a Pinkerton product. Thank you, Pinkerton, for those awesome coupons you sent me. Um, I signed up on their website, and as a newbie welcome aboard thing, I got a bunch of coupons, a number of buy one, get one free. So I took advantage of that, and I think this buy one, get one free dropped the cost down to a little under $3 for a can, which in this area, that's pretty darn good. Most cans around here, you're talking $7, $8. Um, I can get Stoker's for 5.5 at the local liquor stores, which is the cheapest I found any top level dip so far. Everything else, high sevens to high eights in the dollar range. Anyway, the only other Longhorn product I have tried has been the wintergreen. I have a quick video on that. I was a little disappointed with that. The flavor was great, but the way the tobacco held together in my mouth, I don't know if it's just because I'm a newbie or because that's just the way Longhorn is. But after a few minutes, it started coming apart and I had floaters going on like crazy. It's driving me nuts. I'm hoping my dipping skills have improved in that time, and I'm hoping this will go better. This is, like I said, Pinkerton tobacco. It is 65% domestic, so it's not a completely American grown tobacco. That's probably one of the ways they cut costs. Anyway, there's your lid. It's a plastic lid. Suit, tie, dip, and chew guy rails on these guys for their lid construction. It's kind of, a little flimsy. His main thing is if you're carrying around in your pocket, you're bending over, lifting stuff up, it can easily flex and come apart, and then you got a pocket full of dip, which I can see that logic. The smell is pretty good. I like the nice minty smell. Nothing wonky coming out of the can. It's just mint. Here's a look at the cut. Moisture content. Yeah, it's fairly moist. Not as moist as Copenhagen. Maybe along the lines of Skoal, maybe a little bit moister. It's not as dry as, like, say, the Grizzly. I tried Grizzly yesterday, and that seemed like it was even a little more drier than the Skoal. I don't know if that's the way Grizzly does their stuff or if I just got a weird can. That's the only can of Grizzly I've tried so far, and I enjoyed it. It was straight, and I just kicked the tripod. I am sorry. Anyway, enough of the chat. I'm going in. Try and get a good pinch here. See if it holds together. I dropped some on the floor. Again, I really need to talk to the janitor. Not doing that. And get a nice. Ooh, that's minty. Getting mint right away. Not much in the floater action here in the beginning. I like that. It went in, stayed in, a little bit of floater, not that bad. The mint is good. I like the flavor, like the wintergreen. I really like the wintergreen flavor they had. It's just trying to hold the tobacco together that annoyed me. Hopefully this will go better. I'm hoping. Because A, the price is lower. It is a budget product. I don't know if People would rank this as like a second tier product or a third tier product. You know, kind of like bourbon. You know, you get your top shelf, mid shelf, bottom shelf. I'm not sure what shelf this goes on. Definitely not top shelf. I don't know if it's a mid shelf or a bottom shelf. No hiccups with this. I'm beginning to think that my hiccups might be an involuntary response to nicotine content. I'm beginning to suspect that. Because whenever I try a tobacco that has a higher nicotine content, I get the hiccups for a little bit. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's my body's early warning system that, hey, dude, you might be in trouble in a few minutes. So kind of like I was with that Copenhagen snuff. Woo! I like the flavor on that, but man. I think one reason why I got hit so hard on the nicotine with that snuff is because it doesn't stay in a clump like this. It just kind of went to the bottom of my gum and it just spread out, and I had like a line of that very fine, that nice fine cut stuff. And it was so spread out and so fine cut, the nicotine absorption just went whoo, right into my bloodstream, even with just a small pinch that I took. This stuff is juicing up nicely. The mint is not as strong as Copenhagen or the Stoker's. I haven't tried Skull Mint. The only Skull Mint I've tried is our Cool Spearmint. And that was in pouches. I got it out of the bargain bin. It was out of date, but you can't tell because those pouches were moist. They were very moist, almost, just extremely well thick. But I guess from what I've read about Stoker's, or not Stoker's, but the Skull, their Cool Spearmint, it's either a love it or hate it kind of dip. A lot of guys love it. A lot of guys just like, ooh. I'm one of the guys who loves it. I've been dipping that on the way to work in the mornings. I need to find some of that long cut version and see if I like that. But anyway, yeah, this mint, it's got a good mint flavor, but it's not as strong as the Copenhagen or the Stoker's. That's for sure. It's not as sweet either. It's just nice and minty. Not very strong. I can feel like that little minty cooling sensation going on in my gum. But other than that, not real bad. I'm not getting much in the way of floaters. I am getting some floater action, but it's not as bad as the wintergreen was. So maybe that was just me. I'm not sure. I'm hoping it was just me, because I like the flavors. It's just if the tobacco starts coming apart and coming in my mouth, it'll be yeah. Maybe I'll try the Longhorn pouches and see if those work out. I don't know if I can find Longhorn pouches. It's one thing I've noticed with all these coupons that Pinkerton sent me, trying to find places that actually carry a selection of more than like 3 or 4 kinds of Timberwolf or the Longhorn. It's a little difficult in my area. The grocery store here in my town, they carry Timberwolf, but they only carry 4 kinds. So I picked up 2 of them on a coupon. I might pick up the other 2 and give them a try. But I've been searching around a little bit, see if anybody else carries some. The local Walmart carries some Timberwolf and Timberwolf or Longhorn, but I think they only got like 4 varieties of each as well. So I'll shop around. I've seen Longhorn in a number of other places. So Longhorn is more prevalent than Timberwolf in this area for some reason. But this is nice. It's not an extremely strong mint, but it's strong enough to where I can taste it. It's here. I'm not getting any tobacco flavor at all, though. Just nice, cool mint. The floater action is much better this time around. Much better. I'm still getting floaters, but nowhere near as much as I got with the wintergreen. It's hanging in there pretty good. But yeah, I'll be doing a video on my journey so far, probably in the next week or so. Kind of going over the dips and chews that I've tried. Which ones really stuck out in my mind. Like, I really liked that one. I've liked them all. that I've tried so far. There are a few that just stick out, and those are the ones I've gone to. So far, the cans I've emptied Stoker's Straight, Stoker's Mint. Stoker's Mint was the first can I emptied. Stoker's Straight was the second can I emptied. I've emptied a can of Copenhagen Straight, and I got like 1 or 2 pinches left of the Skull Straight. And I got 1 or 2 pinches left on my first can of Copenhagen Extra Long Cut Natural. So I've nearly emptied a pouch of the America's Best Golden Blend, and I'm down getting low on Levi Garrett as well. Levi Garrett may have to take a back seat because it is a little more expensive in this area, and I'm just not sure if I want to shell out that kind of money for it. But yeah, this is a good. It's not overpowering, but it's not weak. It's kind of a, I would call it. I'm getting floaters. Starting to get them. Starting to come apart. I'm about 8 minutes in. Yeah. Yep. It's becoming more and more difficult as I'm yammering on, trying to get it to stay in one piece. Yep. Starting to give me some trouble. The floaters are increasing the longer I keep it in. So, maybe it's not me, maybe it's just the tobacco. That 35% foreign tobacco. But I do like the flavor. They do well on the flavor. I've tried the mint or the wintergreen, and now I've tried the mint. I like the flavor on them both. It's pretty good. But after so many minutes, I'm starting to get floater problems. Maybe that's just a sign that this will be a short-term dip. Can't keep it in very long. I don't know. But it is starting to come apart. I'm having to fight the floaters. But yeah, no tobacco flavor at all. I am feeling some nicotine. It's not overpowering. I can feel it, but yeah, it's there, but it's not kicking my butt. So, which is good. I don't like getting my butt kicked by nicotine. But yeah, it's definitely, it started out here. It's now kind of traveling a little bit as I'm talking, and it's leaving a trail. And it's now trying to creep over my molars and getting me some floater action. Anyway, this has been Longhorn Long Cut Mint. I may try this in pouch form and see if that's even better. If the pouches have the same flavor, but since they're in a pouch, I won't be fighting floaters all the time. That might be a viable option for me for Longhorn products. But this right now, I could not keep this in and drive to work. It takes me 25 to 35 minutes to get to work, depending on if there's traffic, how fast I feel like driving that day. You know, if the state troopers are out, a little over 30 minutes. If they're not in their usual spots, 25 minutes. One nice thing about living in a rural area, you learn fairly quickly where the cops like to hide. And if you see one cop hiding, you know there's going to be 1 or 2 more of them on the way to work. Because they usually team up that way, unless they're out on a call. But yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, it's coming apart. I'm getting floaters. I'm going to have to, this is coming out as soon as I hit the stop button. This is going to be a reduced time frame dip for me. I can't keep it in for very long. So, Longhorn, you do good on the flavor, but it comes apart after, you know, so many minutes, and then I'm fighting floaters. Your mileage may vary, but that's what's happening to me right now. Floaters. Yeah. I'm finding myself to struggle more and more to keep it in place the longer I have it in. Anyway, that has been Longhorn. They're a fine cut mint. Good flavor. Budget tobacco. but I am having floater issues the longer I keep it in. Anyway, this is Mikey. This has been my review. My first time with Longhorn Mint. Yep, floaters. Anyway, y'all take care. Have a good time. I'm trying to keep these videos down. I'm thinking some of the reviewers, I noticed they hit the pause button and they come back after a few minutes. Say something down in the comments if that's what you want me to do, or if you like this as the flavors develop, me yammering on for a while. Anyway, if you like this video, be sure and subscribe. And also I'll have cards up for Suit Tie Dip and Shoe Guys videos. Be sure to check out his channel. He's the one who got me down this rabbit hole. I started watching his reviews for the snooze and snuff. And then I started watching his chew and dip videos, and that got me interested in trying this stuff out. He's very knowledgeable. He's tried pretty much everything there is to try out there. His videos are definitely worth a view. Take care. God bless. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.